morning, everybody. It's my pleasure to be here with all of you, that really a great amount of people, to share our experience in Argentina to define our digital agenda. So let me share with you just a brief idea of where Argentina was with this, when this administration at federal government began on at the end of 2015. So in terms of the administration, all the administration was paper-based, face-to-face, no digital tools at the government in municipalities and also provincial governments. Discredited career, so to be public servant was something not very good in Argentina. In terms of transparency, the Argentina Open Data Index, we were in the 54th position in Argentina. Connectivity, no way, poor connectivity, low quality. So the challenge was, how can we work really, really fast on providing tools, on providing connectivity for everybody while we define the long-term vision. So ultimately the idea was to move from an idea of a government that has the citizen as a hostage almost, to move to a citizen-centric idea. So the government's center on servicing to that citizen. So we began to develop with many people from the government the digital agenda. And we put on purpose the idea of having a digital agenda for 2030. So first of all, how to imagine where Argentina should be or must be many years from now. And why a digital agenda? So while we were developing so many tools, the idea of focusing on the long term was because we were convinced that we should be providing a vision of how the digital transformation can be used for the best, for the purpose of our country. Also to create a roadmap, to provide a prioritization of all the initiatives, and ultimately the main goal was to accelerate the digital transformation and to close the digital gap. The advantage that we have in those days was that as we were maybe in one of the last countries thinking in the digital agenda, we took advantage of the digital agenda and the experiences of other countries. Canada was a tremendous example for ourselves, UK with their services. Also in Latin America we have Uruguay, Chile, Colombia, Mexico, Estonia with their fantastic tools. We have plenty of different cases to be based on. So in that vision that we built, we say, okay, the vision is that in 2030 we should have these three things: the citizenship, all the citizens digitally included. For the economy, for the industry, how the industry can take advantage of the digital transformation in order to promote or to improve competitiveness and also productiveness. And in terms of government, to totally transform and to have a government as a platform. So we organized that digital agenda in 5 pillars. So talking about the legal framework that we need to deliver everything, also connectivity, digital talent, digital economy, and obviously digital government. So digital government is one of the pillars of that digital agenda. So just for you to have some outcomes up to now of that digital agenda definition and prioritization, we do have today the digital, in terms of the legal framework, we have the digital agenda itself. We have some regulation to foster competition in the telecommunications, very important to expand the connectivity throughout the country. We define the cybersecurity digital strategy and also our artificial intelligence plan. We do adopt the cloud-first policy to expand the cloud adoption throughout the government. We do have also BIM, the Building Information Modeling adoption for the public works. If we were to connectivity, let's share some of the achievements in connectivity that are really great. It's enough, obviously not, but it's a great improvement from what we found out in 2015. So if we see the connectivity by the regional, by department, we moved from 16% to 79% of coverage in 4G deployment. If we see the coverage of 4G by population, we went through the 76% to 93% of the population. So huge improvement in those years, and also the access, very, very important, the speed increase in access. In terms of fixed internet connections, we went through almost 7 million of access or home access to 9 million today. And also in terms of the speed for the fixed broadband connection, we went through 4.55 Mbps to the 20 that we have today. And also the idea in our government was to promote as much as possible the private sector. But in a large country as Argentina is, for you to know, is we are in this 8th position in terms of the square kilometers. So what we define is that the government, the state, should be where the private sector will not be. So up to now, we have a very, very ambitious program on having fixed broadband connection, fiber optic connections throughout the country, and we have today 30,000 kilometers illuminated all throughout the country. So that's allow us to provide connectivity to some locations that have less than 500 people in those locations. So it's not very attractive for the private sector, and we are providing connectivity through the ARSAT, it's called this fiber optic network. Also, in some cases, we provide satellite internet for specific homes or locations that are maybe in the mountains and certain regions that cannot be reached by the fiber optic. And also some program that has begun recently to provide Wi-Fi spots on our roads. Also, we put a lot of focus on tourism, on health and education and agro-industry to provide connectivity. And let me tell you just something for health. We developed a telemedicine network for pediatrics in the beginning and then for adults. So it's a doctor to doctor, so it's a second opinion telehealth network where somebody that is located very far from the big cities in Argentina can have the support from a specialist in medicine, very, very, very important. Also, in rural schools, we provided connectivity for 3,600 schools that are about the 50% of the schools in rural areas in Argentina. So very, very ambitious program. In terms of digital economy, maybe one of the greatest outcomes is what we call the knowledge industry law. This is a law to provide tax incentives for all the industries that are knowledge-based, let's say software development, engineering, and many others, idea that you only use people talent for the world. This new law will be working out of January 2020, and the idea is to generate 200,000 new employees in the next 10 years. In terms of digital talent, we work in 3 different areas. First of all, a very ambitious program to provide education, digital education at schools, kindergarten, initial, primary school, and secondary school. So we do already have the plans implemented to provide robotics, programming, and soft skills from the kindergarten till secondary school at public schools. Also, we have a very ambitious inclusion plan, digital inclusion plan. We provide training, and we provide also tablets for the senior old people in order to be not left behind in this digital era. And Talento Digital, it's a program that we are very proud of to promote the employment in the software industry, so to generate 10,000 new employees throughout the country with scholarships and with commitment from the private sector to provide training program for those people. Also, let's go to the digital government itself. So, which are the achievements? Nowadays, we implemented the electronic document management, what we call the CDE system, in all the federal agencies. So today, 100% of our procedures in the federal, the national level, they are electronic. So also we implement the purchase program, the purchase platform, the public work purchase platform. We also put a lot of effort in moving from that horrible situation in terms of transparency and open government. Today, we are very proud that in the last Open Data Index, we moved to the 17th position in just 1 year. And also, we published more than 900 data sets throughout the federal government. So we implemented also the remote forms to avoid the face-to-face type of procedures. We implement the Simplified Societies to open a new society in just less than 1 day. So another big achievement is the Mi Argentina. Mi Argentina is the single window for every citizen. So we have a web page, we have an app. We also develop a digital ID system. We realized, for our surprise, that we have a really good advantage in Argentina to have every citizen already enrolled with their pictures, with their fingertips, and so we develop a platform that can be used for public sector and for private sector to provide a digital identification through biometric authentication. And also we developed the remote digital signature. So today in the app Mi Argentina, we have the digital wallet, we have digital ID, we have the driver license, we have the car papers all together in the same app. And I can show you if you are interested in. So these are just some ideas of Argentina and the digital agenda.
Teníamos más de 30 millones de trámites por año en papel que desaparecieron porque se va todo en electrónico. Esta transformación se basa en la recuperación del recurso humano, en la tecnología, en los procesos, en los sistemas y en un gobierno abierto.
Estoy aprendiendo un poco a trabajar con la computadora. Los profesores, mira, si te digo 10 es poco, 11.
He aprendido cosas, una computadora que no sabía lo que era, y cuando vine acá me enseñaron de a poquito y aprendí, el Estado me enseñó.
Tenga la gente mayor, los jóvenes acceso al internet y a la información que brinda el Estado es algo que no teníamos y subsana muchas necesidades.
Dejé de hacer colas, hago mi propio trámite, yo pongo lo que yo quiero, no me faltan papeles.
La telesalud es la atención de los pacientes a la distancia. En nuestro caso es la atención de los niños a la distancia.
Conectarnos nosotros con los especialistas para que ellos nos puedan ir instruyendo, por ahí sin necesidad de trasladar al paciente, que a veces es lo que más cuesta, ¿no?
Que su historia clínica quede cargada en computadoras y pueda ser vista después por cualquier otro proveedor de salud.
Creemos que es lo más importante que puede haber es que en las escuelas rurales haya internet. Es algo magnífico para nosotros.
Tenemos que estar listos para los trabajos del siglo XXI, que tienen que ver con el conocimiento, y sin conectividad digital no tenemos futuro.
So thank you, and I will be there if you want to ask anything. Thank you so much.